Call to all ballers out there, Coach Coop here. This session is about a baseline out of bounds play. BLOB called 3 down, and for obvious reasons, seeing as there are 3 players here stacked on the baseline, where we are putting pressure in the close court of the offense. This is a great set to use in a short clock situation where the defense is aggressive on man. However, this play won't work repeatedly throughout the course of a game, as this is a special situation ATO, like an after timeout play, a one basic option set that requires setup, speed, agility, deception, and pass precision to be successful when it really counts. So our setup is we have a player at each baseline corner here, one haloed underneath the hoop, and our scorer in this play is at the top of the three-point line with the defenders on each of them, of course. Player 2 is our action players. They will be receiving the inbound pass and finishing. Some points of emphasis are as follows. Player number 1, and I need to emphasize this, and I haven't done it in any other instructions thus far, is that with any inbound play, the player must be aware of the 5-second clock. And the best way that this can be done is we have them actually get in the habit of counting out in their head 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, while pass faking on each count. So they get in the rhythm of how many counts have gone, so that if at 4 1,000 there's not an opportunity to inbound the ball, we have to use our reset, which we call out because from sidelines coaches were also counting out, making sure. So at 4 1,000 you'll scream out leg it, at that point it's simply a reminder in the final second that leg it simply means what it implies, that we want the inbounder to aggressively throw the ball off the defending player's leg and then back out of bounds. Don't get hit by the ball as it comes out again, of course, so that we can reset our inbound. And oddly enough, leg it works good for a couple of reasons. One being because it's spelled the same as legit, and in terms of scenarios like this, we would legitimately need to get our back together. So let's reset and get it figured out. All right, so another critical point of emphasis is on the deceptive actions of the other players. This is important because this is a really simple action. So we need some deception, we need some distraction. And that primary deception is coming from player 3 here under the hoop. Their ultimate action is to rise up and provide a back screen on player 2's defender so that player 2 can cut to the hoop for a pass and finish. It's that simple. However, instead of just running up and providing an obviously intended pick on D player 2, because D player 3 should certainly call out for D player 2 that a screen's coming, we want the defense unaware of what's actually happening by creating a distraction, a bit of a deception. So as player 3 is coming up, they're supposed to act as if they're the ones actually receiving the inbound pass. So player 3 curls up towards player 2 defender, but en route they're looking back to the inbounder, clapping their hands, even maybe calling for the ball as if the pass is coming to them. D player 3 now has no option but to tighten up on player 3, thus eliminating their focus on providing help side defense for anything else. So as player 3 comes up and sets that pick on player 2's defender, player 2 then is going to shake towards the ball side, because that was the key. We're starting to open up the side of the court, and then cuts around the weak side for the inbound pass and finish. Player 3 can get creative with this pick, though, as it can be a typical pick. So after they come up and are calling for the ball, they could actually turn around and set up a typical pick, or they can even sell the pass deception right into the pick by planting their backside right on or near D player 2, kind of like a box out. Thus, D player 3 has no idea what's happening, still thinking the ball is coming to player 3 because they are turned around looking for that pass potentially to come in. This opens up the key entirely, as it's all predicated on player 3's deception that they are receiving the pass, thus enabling player 2 to cut hard and fast to receive the inbound bounce pass and a finish. And finally, as soon as player 2 starts their cut, players 4 and 5 in the baseline corners, they're going to rise up around the three-point line to about foul line extended, particularly D player 5, because we want D player 5 to be dragged along with them, so that we're creating more space for this cut, but also to eliminate them as a help side defender on that cut that's coming in. So it's a pretty simple play. It works really well, but it's all about deception and execution.